What it do, guys? What's up? H2O here. You can see my face and see the website. This is crazy. I'm gonna be in the top corner of your screen today. Should be right up here. I'm very excited about this. As you guys see, TFC logo. This is the new logo for TFC. I think it's really sick, really legit. You'll be seeing it go on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, and whatever else. Today's Matchmaking Monday. My name is H2O, TFC double champ. TFC double champ, and I'm gonna be taking you guys through the update because I think it's pretty cool. Start out with, there's been some ranking updates. Who's our new pound for pound? It's Sam Maui Cafe. Know you guys thought it was H2O, but nope. People said it's Sam Maui Cafe. Although I wish it was me, Sam deserves it, undoubtedly. 4-0. Undefeated. Here's the pound for pound. And second, you got the People's Champ. Third, you got Jaden El Rampago. Very, very close between second and third, honestly. They gave it to H2O because he had the slight edge in the decision over Jaden a long time ago when they faced off. You got Antonio at fourth, the undefeated welterweight. You got Seth the Emperor in fifth. King Kayla, the newest and first ever female champion, in sixth. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th is Ryder, the headliner, undefeated rising prospect. 8th is the former bantamweight champ, Anderson Caveman. 9th is Riley Autismo, another rising star at flyweight, projected to fight Ryder for the vacant belt one day. And in 10th place, you have the former champ, Drew Big Mac, or as more recently known as Invincible. Had a tough, grueling fight against the People's Champ, who ended up losing, but he's still in the pound for pound. No major updates with each fighter. As you guys can see, the records stay the same. But obviously, you have the addition of heavyweight. Sam cleared the division. Who's left for him to fight? Jax. We know what's going to happen to Jax. Cassius was lost. Bull lost twice. Lincoln lost. Ashton? Yeah, he got murdered. Who's left for him? No one. I think he cleared it. He even had someone who we thought, Lincoln Big Dog. I'm sorry, Big Dog. I predicted him winning, pulling off the upset. But Sam showed us why he's Maui, why he's the father of heavyweight. And honestly, that's his division, bro. He can keep it. There's a reason I'm lightweight, featherweight, and not heavyweight. But as you guys see, that's some updated as in the ranking spots. And women's bantamweight, where we have King Kayla as the ruler of it. Pretty cool division, I must say. Couple of celebrities, Mila Chudboy, who blew up on TikTok, got on ESPN, got on all these things. Biggest star celebrity in TFC right now. Alongside that, you have Taylor Maneater, who almost won her second fight, losing to Soraya, a rising star who could be a future title challenger, and honestly would be next matchup for King Kayla. If I were a matchmaker, I would set them two to face off. Undefeated, good test. Meanwhile, Mila finds someone else not ranked in the division to build back up. But either way, really good. Of course, heavyweight, I don't know what's next for Sam. Maybe he faces the winner of Jackson Cassius, but even then, I think he beats both of them. I think he kind of sits, lets the division kind of go around for a little while. Welterweight, Tony. El Tony. He should face probably AD. By AD, I mean La Pera, Andrew Doyle. I think undefeated versus undefeated is a really good matchup. But that's just that. I think that should be happening. I think Hayden should possibly face Keyshawn if he never recovers from his injuries. And Cody should face Evan. That's how you get the division. And then Javi obviously faces Levi. Get the division moving. Get a bunch of ones instead of a bunch of O and ones, a bunch of ones and O's. Lightweight, the People's Champ. Wonder who that is. Lightweight ruler, former featherweight ruler after losing a controversial decision match against Seth the Jester, who now calls himself the Emperor. Being 11-1, personally, as the People's Champ, if you guys can't tell, I'm the guy on the screen right here. Can't tell. the People's Champ should probably face someone in the division. Rematch with JL would be pretty cool. JL just came off a big TKO a while back. He's been laid off for a little while. Hayden's in the mix. I could face Hayden. Who knows? Hayden's a little big, though. I don't know if he makes it. Enrique, who knows? Drew rematch? Probably not. Drew needs some time. Who knows? Kieran is someone I would face, though. Personally, I would face Kieran. I'd face JL. Kieran, after seeing his match, his boxing match, even though it was a no contest, I believe he probably should have won that. But, man, I'd love to face Kieran. His boxing's very good. Love to take him to deep waters. Kieran, if you see this video, you're losing. The double champ will stay on top of the division. Period. As for featherweight, Seth, the Emperor's next move should be to face the number one contender, Lewis. He's not had an opportunity for gold since he lost to Jaden so long ago. And honestly, that'd be a good matchup. And if he wins against Lewis, then honestly, he could probably be arguably the featherweight GOAT, having successfully defending his belt once. Because no one's been able to defend their belt at featherweight. It's the featherweight curse. And the rest of the division, Anderson should face Noah in a grueling match. JL should wait, or JL should face Lewis. Alex, I don't know. Alex v. Levi, maybe. Levi's very weird. His weight's very weird. He's ranked in multiple weight classes. Kieran should face the People's Champ at lightweight. As for bantamweight, Jubal versus Peyton. Evan versus Jax. Evan pulled off the huge upset. Of course, he was in his cowboy pants and button-up, but we let it slide because TFC is like that. But he pulled off the huge upset, winning it. He weighed in at 130. Evan weighed in at 160, and he pulled off the upset. So, props to Evan. Evan versus Jax would be a banger matchup. Riley versus my boy Ryder is what it should be for the vacant flyweight belt, and it will be one day. And maybe have Skylar face the winner of that in a rematch against Riley, maybe. It was pretty controversial. I don't know. And then Andy fits in the mix. Andy was an incredible grappler. Although he's 0-0, he's ranked 5th for a reason. One of the best wrestlers at 113 for Fort Campbell. He can really do some damage. And have you seen his physique? Oh my goodness, he's huge! Google Andy Cintron physique. Or just type in Andy Cintron. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. He's huge. Definitely a future title challenger. If not, probably the next champion. He's best friends with Riker the Striker, you know, the best fighter in TFC. But another thing I want to show you guys is the roster. As you guys see, we got some record updates. Most longest win streak stays at Riker. Seth took my chance away. But props to him. He's on his own win streak of 2. Sam's on a 4 win streak. One more title defense puts him at that. Most submissions, Riker at the top of the game with a ton. Jaden's up there too. Sam got his first submission against Bull a while back. Most wins in TFC is me and Riker tie, because I came back. My bounce back win was against Drew where I won, and Riker just went perfect 5-0. Most finishes, Riker at 4, Sam at 3, I'm at 2, Gene at 2. A lot of people are starting to forget the Sacred Striker, bro. He was good. He was really good. And I think people discredit him a little too much. Best finish rate is obviously it's clear who it is. Guys, I'm a decision merchant, but it's okay. Decision merchant, okay? We're 5-1 in TFC, 11-1 overall. But come on, guys. Come on. Like 33% is not that bad if you think about it. Obviously, you got Sam Maui Kefe at 100% finish rate. Absolute dog. Then you got Riker the Striker, fits into the mix. 80%. Andrew Bennett, forgot his nickname. Andrew the King stopped his perfect 100%. And honestly took him off the leaderboard. Because as you see, Riker the Striker's on here quite a bit. Most fights in TFC is me, having 6 fights. The most fights ever. Most title defenses, this is being fixed. As you guys see, it's kind of similar. The web developer, we're working on most title defenses, which right now is Sam at 3, Riker at 2, or 1, Gene at 1. No one else has been able to defend their title. So, pretty interesting. Pound for pound, this will be done This is not accurate. Ignore this. We're going to do a live stream where we decide the pound for pound is who the top 10 best TFC fighters of all time are. Be there or be squared. You're going to want to see it. It's going to be really good. And you got all the fighters, the rosters and their records and who they fought. It's like people are like, how is H2O 11-1? Here's how. How is Riker the Striker 7-0 but 5-0 in TFC? Well, here's his TFC matches. Here's his garage wrestling BJJ and stuff like that. Who is Gene Sacred Striker right there? Who is David Sagoon? David Shotgun right here. Who is blank, 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 blank? Oh man, like, what? He fought TFC? What? All the information you guys could need is on this website. Being updated daily. Tune in. It's on the link in the Instagram and on the link on YouTube. Be there, be squared. Now on to RAF. Big event coming up. RAF 9. Where we'll see Gable Goat Stevenson. A lot of people are calling him Fruit Loops lately. Not good looks, Gable, but not good looks. That's all I can say. But he's going to face Romanov, the Russian. This is a good matchup, let me tell you. You got Colby Covington. Recently retired from the UFC, by the way. Enjoy retirement, Colby. You're a GOAT. Former interim welterweight is now going to face Chris Wildman, former UFC champ, at a catchweight match. 37 to 41 years old. But give me Colby. Colby's a dog. And light heavyweight, you got Kyle Snyder facing off against Gavit Matravali. And give me Kyle. Kyle Snyder's a dog. One of the best wrestlers. Freestyle wrestlers specifically. He's up there. But man, there's one guy that I really wish he still competed. Jordan Burroughs, man. Let me tell you. If Jordan Burroughs was in the RAF, undefeated, one of the best ever. I wish he would compete. It would be so cool. Of course, you got my GOAT, Jason Nolf, coming up bounce back against Christopher Minto. Give me Jason Nolf all day. Antrell Tyler versus Zane Rutherford. I didn't know that was a match. Give me Antrell Tyler. Taylor. Cameron Girion versus Lucia Lepez. I don't know. I've never seen either of these. This would be a good matchup. And then you got Marab the Machine, my all-time GOAT. It's going to be taking on Frankie Edgar, another all-time legend. But give me Marab. Dude, I'm genuinely a huge Marab fan. I don't know if you guys know. I got a hat. Obviously, it's the white hat. People are like, oh, Khabib. No, Marab, not Khabib, Marab. Biggest Marab fan there is. He's even reposted my story a couple times, so that's pretty cool. But give me Marab. And I hope he bounced back after this to, win in the UFC. I'm waiting for that Peter Yan rematch where he's going to win. And you got middleweight Arman versus Muggsy. Man, I hope Muggsy pulls it off because that'd be the biggest upset in wrestling for REF of all time. But Arman's a dog, dude. Arman's a dog. And you got featherweight championship match, Real Woods versus Igriam Alizalov from Russia. Real Woods has been getting it done lately, so I'm going to lean a little more towards him, but this Russian's pretty good. So, it could be pretty close. Ridge Lovett versus Burjing Puna. An Indian wrestler? That is pretty cool. I'm a fan of Ridge Lovett. The poster used to be like, I'm loving it, when he wrestled in college, so it's pretty cool. I don't know. I want to see that match, though. Georgios Kalouragamentis versus Parker Kikaisen from Greece? GRC, that should be Greece. Versus the Wisconsin native, and as a Wisconsin native myself, give me Parker Kikaisen. But yeah, pretty cool. I think so. Man. Let's see, look at these stuff. This is pretty cool. Let's read this real quick. CGI crossover with RAF would be harder than the UFC pipeline. Oh, Craig Jones invitation. I guess. I mean, there's a bunch of good grapplers, but wrestling isn't just grappling. So I feel like they'd be at a big disadvantage. Sorry, guys. I had to read this real quick. On to the UFC. So, let's talk about a little guy that I said would get it done and got it done. Where are my Sean Strickland guys at? So, yes, Sean Strickland had the closest match of his life. Yes, Sean Strickland is the middleweight GOAT. The middleweight GOAT. Let's look at him. We could Google Anderson Silva. Look. Anderson Silva. 34-11. 31-7. I'm telling you. And if we look at his record, Anderson Silva. Alright, I need you to name me some good guys. Let's look. We'll go back to like early UFC days, right? Silva versus LeBen. We don't know him. It's okay. Early days. Early days. Don't know this guy. Franklin, kinda. Silva, Anderson, nope. Massing a massive win streak. Chael Sonnen, Mia, this is where you start to get these known guys. Obviously, Chael Sonnen is really known. Belfort, yep. Sonnen rematch, yep. Silva. But look at this. Weidman beats him. He loses the rematch. He beats Diaz, obviously. He loses to Michael Bisping. I don't know what I was thinking of him losing that. Then he loses to DC. Wins Burnson. Loses to Israel Adesanya, who was arguably the middleweight GOAT for a very long time. And then loses to Jared Cannonier, loses to Hall. That's it. But now let's look at Sean Strickland. You got... Okay, we're going to go back to the beginning real quick. Sorry, it's taking a minute. Forgot he's been in the UFC for a minute. Don't know this guy. But win-win. Loss. Win. Garcia, win. Loses to Usman, alright? That's fair. That's a notable guy. Smicky, loses to Santo. Kind of notable, not really. Strickland. Beats Allen. Strickland. Beats Hall. Beats Hermanson. Loses to Pereira. Okay. Pereira's the GOAT, arguably the GOAT. If he wins heavyweight, in my opinion, I would give Pereira the GOAT. Coming in to do what he did in the UFC such short notice and like rising so fast is utter dominance. And he gets the touch of death. Boom, it's over. So that's my opinion. Jared Cannonier, okay, fair. He lost a little bit. But look at this. Amanov, that's the #1 contender right now. Boom, Strickland already beat him. Strickland and Magomedov. Boom, 2 guys, rising Russian prospects. Both were undefeated in the UFC at the time and really, really good. Boom, Strickland takes him out. Strickland beats Izzy, biggest upset of all time to win the belt. Then loses a razor close. In my opinion, Strickland should have won that fight against DDP. Absolute somewhat of a robbery. Beats Costa, obviously. Sorry, Costa. Loses to DDP very clearly. Yeah, DDP won the second fight. Then beats Anthony Hernandez. Won me money. Thank you, Strickland. Your services are appreciated. And then beats Cosma. By the way, Chimaev is fraudulent. There's a lot of things that are fraudulent about him. One, they ranked him at middleweight without ever having a middleweight fight. That's crazy to think about. Being ranked in a weight class without ever fighting in it. When he missed welterweight and fought Kevin Holland and won that was a catchweight. That was not a middleweight fight. He moved up a division and they ranked him in the top 10 of middleweight without taking a fight. That's like me getting ranked at welterweight and I've not fought welterweight ever a day in my life. But let's look at this. Lost round 2, arguably round 3 to Usman. I don't know if this was a win. Holland, this is what I'm talking about. Catchweight. He's only had 4 fights. No, this is welterweight. He's had 3 fights at middleweight. Mind you, 1 fight, scary. Whitaker, dead. But DDP, dude, he laid on DDP. And then Strickland beat him. Look at this. That's a 2-1 ratio. Not bad. But he's been, after he fought Usman, he was ranked in middleweight and never fought there. It was really like given. It was like such a sneaky thing. Because like not a lot of people realize that. He was like given fake ranking, and that really helped him a lot. You think once you're ranked, it's so much easier to get in line for a title shot. But like look at Strickland. Strickland fought at middleweight for forever till he got his chance. But Cosmo had 3 fights, so this Cosmo Glaze gotta stop. Yes, he's really good wrestling, but arguably Gilbert Burns barely won that. Beat Kevin Holland, obviously. I love Kevin Holland to death, but it's Kevin Holland. But then Kamaru Usman arguably beat him. Whitaker got murdered. Whitaker's also on the way out. DDP had 0 grappling whatsoever. But yeah, obviously champion should have grappling, but DDP won against Strickland. And then Strickland beat Cosmo. And Strickland's going to go on to probably beat DDP. He's going to fight Amanov. He's going to beat Amanov again. And then he's going to fight DDP and beat DDP. And end the trilogy 1 and 2. And in my opinion, Strickland is the GOAT. Like, I think it's just so clear to see. And you compare him to, like, Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya's on a 4-fight losing streak. Strickland, yeah, when he lost to DDP twice, yeah, he lost. But he came back. Look who he did to rising contender. Knocked out Flippy Hernandez. Out. TKO. That guy was a jiu-jitsu specialist. And then people were trying to tell, all my friends were trying to tell me, Strickland's going to win. Strickland's going to win. I mean, not Strickland. They're going to like, Cosmo's going to win. Cosmo's going to win. No. No, he's not. If you look at this fight, oh my goodness, trying to pull it up. I don't even want to watch replay. Strickland's grappling is incredibly underrated. And this is kind of like turning into a little bit of a Strickland Glaze session, but this isn't Glaze. Because I'm not a huge fan of Strickland, but I respect him. I think he's a dog. But Hernandez's grappling is insane. His jiu-jitsu is really, really good, if you guys don't know. And for Strickland to just TKO him, yeah. But then for people to doubt Strickland against Cosmo and say Cosmo's going to run through him, y'all were wilding. I was seeing so many YouTube MMA channels. Even Mighty had Cosmo. I think like few people had Strickland. I had Strickland. I can show you the Kalshi thing. I'll pull it up, show it in the end of the video, or I'll just put it right here if I can figure out how to do that on CapCut. But yeah, it's clear who is better. So I don't like that. And then we got the MVP promotions where Nate Diaz got murdered and Rousey murdered. I think that's cool. MVP promotions has a lot to bring to the table, but I don't think it would be as big as UFC. I don't think RAF will, honestly. I'm hoping, as you guys know, spread the word. The champ's trying to get into RAF to wrestle. That's my goal. To go wrestle in RAF before COD. Obviously, they're talking about doing this open tournament. I'm too old to that. It was younger. It was ages like 16U and lower. I'm 18, if you didn't know. But yeah, H2O is trying to get into that. That's my goal. Those of you asking about TFC is done for now. It will return one day. I know it. We might have select people flown out to do matches. Maybe something cool, maybe something, you never know. But as of right now, TFC is over. Thank you guys for the year, 8 months, 23 days, 630 calendar days. We will see you guys soon in the future. Thank you for watching.